Let's see if anybody get on. It's 11:29 p.m. where I am. Let's see if anybody jump on. Girl Robin says she was on my live last night, but I couldn't see the comments. YouTube wasn't showing me anything. I was like, oh, I didn't know she was on. Okay, I didn't know that. But I'm on here tonight. I just finished doing 2 videos. Do I need to talk to you right now when I just started a video? This one always want to play. Okay? So, we right here. I don't know what we're going to do. Are we going to have a conversation or are we going to glue? Might do both. Hey, hello there. How are you? Say hi in the chat. Just say hi. Put a little wave up. Let's see. We got one. We got one. Put a little wave. Somebody clicked out. Okay. People checking out live to see what's happening live this hour at night. And I'm thinking about whether or not I want to go to bed or whether I want to stay up. And I want to go to bed, but I also want to stay up. Okay? I do. I want to get on this live and have a conversation. Decide whether I'm going to glue and talk or just talk. So, I don't know. Let's see. If anybody come on here, we don't know. Sometimes it be like 15 people on here. 11, 14, 19. Right. And then it just go down 6, 3, 2, and it stay 2. Go back up to 4 or 5. But we just see who going to jump on. Who going to jump on. Let's see. I give it a minute or two. I'll see if somebody going to come on. Let's see. I see one. Hello there. How are you? I see two. Yes, I am here. I am Joann. Maybe you've been here before. I don't know. I'm usually doing glue pages when I'm here at night, but I just wanted to kind of see who jumps in and see if I'm going to stay up. I just finished posting one video and one is uploading, and I'm thinking, okay, let's see. Let's see, let's see. So we had 3 visits already. Looking for some of my people that like to hang out with me. Let's see if they show up. Gotta give them a minute. Somebody's liking something. I don't know why I can't see these comments and things like that, but you know, somebody put a like up. I got 2 people watching. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether I want to do a glue page or not. 19 people. See how it goes from 0 to 1. Hello. How are you? So I'm Joann, and I'm just like checking in tonight, not doing a glue page just now, but I might do a glue page. It depends. Sometimes I start and there's nobody really here. 10 people clicked out. It was 19. Now it's 9. 2 likes. So I'm really here really to talk, right? I want to talk about some conversation. Hello, Martin. How are you? Thank you. I appreciate you saying hello. How are you? And yeah, I'm just thinking about, what the people want. When they click on my channel, what are you looking for? Are you looking for, glue pages? Are you looking for, ASMR? Are you looking for YouTube shorts? Do you like junk journals? Do you want to have conversations? Hello, how are you? Do you want to have conversations? Because I don't get a lot of comments and a lot of engagement through comments. But I be looking to have conversation, right? And so because people don't take time to comment all the time, I probably have about five, I'm going to say at least 5 or 6 people who always comment, right? And YouTube sends me these analytics to let me know where the people are engaging with my content. So a lot of people are from India and Brazil. And hello, how are you, Renee? Hello, I appreciate you saying hi. Brazil, India, Australia. Where else do people be? Italy, like United States be there sometimes, but like most of my content viewers live outside of our country. I live in the USA, right? And most of my comments come from people who live here. So we went from 19 to 9, now we're down to 3, but we got 4 likes, and I had several people that say hello, and I appreciate a hello. I appreciate a wave, a smiley face, anything like that. Just to say that you see me and I see you, and that's all. People might not feel comfortable with talking with you right away, but I'm thinking about doing a glue page and just having conversation. But I thought I'd start this way first, just like FaceTime. Okay? Just like FaceTime. I know it's so many faceless channels and all that kind of stuff, but I thought, just let's have some conversation. Let's see if people want to have conversation, if they want to talk, if they want to see a glue page, that kind of thing. So that's where I am. I sure do appreciate the people who popped in and the people who say hello and the likes and all of that. It's a good thing. So I haven't pulled anything to start a glue page, but it's easy enough. My book is always sitting right here. And I was just like, do you want to? So now we're down to 1. People mostly like watching people playing games, but you can do whatever you want. Yes, yes, I appreciate that, Martin. I appreciate that comment. Right. So, yeah, I mean, people are gaming, people are watching, Get Dressed with Me and, all kinds of videos out here, all kinds of stuff. Teaching videos and tutorials and shorts. A lot of people like shorts because nobody has time, right? Nobody has time. Nobody wants to make time, but we make time for what we're making time for. Let's just be real. And on my mind lately has been the true topic of relationships. That's been on my mind. And so I'm thinking about relationships and I'm thinking about having conversations about it. And I keep telling myself, you should start on Instagram. You should go back to your Instagram and start those conversations. But I didn't really know if I want to do it. I didn't really know yet. So, I mean, my whole thought is that, it's so many broken relationships out here and people who are wanting, I know I am one who desires a relationship, but we don't have time to play games. When we are adulting, there is no time to be playing games. And some people get it all confused. They don't know that it's serious out here. We living in serious times. And adulting means more than just saying you're 21 plus, you got a job, you pay bills, and you drive a car that maybe you're financing or you own. Okay, it's more to adulting than that. But, you know, I just was thinking about these types of things and I keep telling myself, you should write an ebook. You should write an ebook. Girl, put it in the ebook. So that's what I keep telling myself. But, it wouldn't make much sense to do an ebook if you ain't gonna have nobody that you're gonna sell it to. But I'm still thinking about it because I'm scrolling through my comments because it's something that's on my heart. And I think that is something that I can talk about real good. I'm an expert, I'm an expert from my experience. And I know it's right, Martin, and people they don't want to keep it real. Like, I mean, just say where you are and what you're trying to do, right? And that makes for, it really makes for the idea of friendship in a relationship that is trying to start out and or build up, right? Because people, they're not clear about what they want. And when you're not clear about what you want, that's where the problem is. Some people don't want, strings attached. They just want to have friendships. And let me take my glasses off, okay? Some people want friendships with benefits. Okay. Now, you heard me say it. And over here, we ain't doing that. Okay. But to each his or her own. I'm just saying this is why it's so many who are messed up in where they are with trying to build a relationship. That's why. Because people don't talk about where they are and what they want. It's this mindset of, well, we're grown. Let's just, have a conversation, go to lunch, go to dinner, see a movie, and see where it leads. It's that type of thing going on. And people are still longing. People are still longing. And a lot of people are not talking about it because they just feel like, okay, well, this is the encounter that I have. The last one was like that. It's been a while since I had one. I don't really know if I should let this go because they're so few and far between and all that kind of stuff. And when you look at it, it's like, no, you got to hold your ground to what your standards are and what your focus is. And if you don't have any standards, you have to create some and you have to make them work for you. And then you have to be able to say, listen, this is my focus and my intention, and hold that right there too. And not let somebody cause you to deviate, right? No, you got to focus. You have to focus and be intentional with the relationship thing. So, this is where I was with my conversation tonight. Just trying to see, you know, is that type of thing like out here in my space where I am, right? Because I know people listen to other people talk about relationships all the time, but you know, I'm thinking about this stuff. I'm thinking about having these kind of conversations. Sometimes I think about while I'm creating, don't talk, just do a voiceover and have these conversations, almost like, I guess, like storytelling type of thing. Because I'm not good at storytelling. And I'm okay with saying that I'm not because I'm not. But, just to say the things that you're trying to say and just let that be your real. And whoever can vibe with it and roll with it, it's good. And that's where I'm at with that. So I was thinking about just having these conversations. And Martin, I so appreciate you because you are engaging and I appreciate it. I value your time and I thank you for, just, getting in and saying what you said already. And it's good. So I'm just like, should I do a glue page? Like, I don't really know. I'm thinking about it because it's just, something fun to do, and it's time consuming though. You have to think about what to put together. And what I was thinking about is just like a free art page, kind of like just open a book and use what you see. And sometimes I do that with one book type of glue page. Yes, okay. I'm a bit going because I know that's right. And that's I need to go to sleep too. So I appreciate you, Martin. Have a good night's rest. Thanks for taking the time to comment in this video. Maybe you'll visit me soon. If you haven't subscribed, maybe you will, and then you will see when I'm on live, and you might want to pop in. All right, have a good night. Thank you. So I'm thinking I'm just, just do a one book, just do a one book page. So let me put my phone in the case, turn the camera around, and let's do that and continue the conversation and see. Uh-oh. They don't like that when you put it sideways. So let's turn. Okay. But that's how it was set up because I was already doing some videos. Let's see what kind of book I have right here. I got this book right here. Women's Health. Let's see. I don't know what's in this book. Let's look for another one real fast. Let's see what I'm going to pick up a handful and let's see which one we'll use. All right, let's see. I need some magazines, man, because I keep using the same magazines over and over and over and over. Let's see. But it's some good stuff. This is a school one, so that one don't work, okay, because it's school. Let's get one more handful. Let's see what we can find. Maybe that I haven't used in a minute. Let's see what this one might have. This is a fall double issue, so it might only have. Let's see what's in there. Let's see what's in there. Let's see what's in this one book and see what we can create out of this and just talk about relationships. I see love fall. Let's see. So I got this idea about, just trying to just see if I can just make a page, a spread, like they say, out of just, whatever you see that you can use and build a page out of. And I have the hardest struggle with it. And I think that goes with the topic of relationships too, because that's how it looks sometimes with relationships. You kind of trying to figure out the pieces and try to understand how they fit together. Look at that. Save the date. How about that? Let's start with that. That's pretty cool. I found two things already. Let's use save the date. That's going with the relationship idea. And when you look and you think about meeting people, that's always challenging, right? That's always challenging. I see save the date, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to get this one in season because, listen, both of those speak to me right now when it comes to the whole relationship idea because you never know who someone is, whether it's the male or the female, right? You never know who someone is. You have to get to know them. And that's not easy to do. So I made this page last night, and if you saw it, it's up there like that. But this one, I was still trying to think about. I've been pulling some stuff together here, and I wonder if I should build on this page or start another one. So this was definitely relationships, right? I think I'll come back to that and just be right here. Do you think I should just, build on this? Let me give y'all an opportunity to answer. Let me see what this says. I'm watching you on my TV, but grabbed my phone so I could comment while you're live. I like to watch you junk journal and chat about whatever's on your mind. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for both ideas. That one, you got me on a big screen because that's your television, and then that you switched out so you can comment. How kind is that? I so appreciate you. So I can start here. I might do a two-page spread if you like. It takes a little minute, but y'all can tell me yes or no. And see that kind of be my thing when I get on here trying to do these videos because engagement is what YouTube wants. They want me to engage with you and they want you guys to engage with me. So I can either build off of this one, which is, you know, interracial, right? And I put something here already, lost and found. I never finished that page like I never finished this one. But I finished this one last night, but it's been setting for near 2 weeks. So we can work on this one or we can start here. So I will keep looking through the magazine before I start with the two tags or something that I just pulled. Because we're talking about relationship, okay? I'm going to take this too. Because sometimes you get in a relationship and you drop this relationship right away because you realize it's not really a relationship. It seemed like it was going somewhere, but it wasn't going anywhere. And you kind of knew it from the start. But you're looking because it's a desire. And sometimes, you think that it's going to be a pair, a unit, a match, but it doesn't really give that, as they say. It don't give. And so you're looking and you're saying, man, I don't really know whether or not this is going to work out because of this or because of that. And it just doesn't, you know, it doesn't really come along. And you're just like, man, who has time to be wasting? Who has time to be wasting? And sometimes that's what we do. We waste time. I see Joyful Life. I like that too. I want it. I want it. I don't really know. I need me another focal point. So I'm going to just keep turning and see if I find something that I can put down. Because some magazines have it and some don't. See like this? That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. It's like this is how relationships look. Everybody's different. Can carry, different things in it and everything like that. But, it can be tricky. I see a piece of a word here. I want to get it. And then I want to find the letter that's missing. Because clearly I've already used part of this image on one side or the other. So we're going to take this because this is a big word in relationships, right? People be saying you got to compromise. But I'm here to tell you, you got to watch the word compromise because that can be a problem. Compromise can be a problem because it can take you out of your standard, right? And put you in a place where you're not sure that you want to be, or in fact, you don't want to be. So you got to be very careful with the compromise word. You have to focus on where you are, and then you have to come right out and share that truth from the onset. But some people don't. The page that has cherry blossom, that's good for a page on relationship. Let's go back. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's pretty because it's pink and it's bright. And I think I need to go back some more. And I looked at that and I said, I love that page. It's in several magazines that I have. But yeah, That's a good thought too. That's a good thought because blossom means that's what relationships ought to do. And sometimes they never do. And I'm a Christian, right? And so I'm going to keep my real because my real is what it is real to me and it's truth from my side. And somebody else may not agree. I'm not pushing religion on anybody, not at all. But my truth is my truth. And I'm just saying that my pastor said to us at one point, he said, how many of you know that the devil will take you where you don't want to go and keep you longer than you want to stay? And so I said that to say that sometimes we get into a relationship. You got to go, sugar. Not because I don't like you, but just because we don't use people over here like that. Okay? But this is a good piece here. I'm going to keep this. And the reason why I'm keeping this is because I had someone say that cherry blossom is good for a relationship topic, and it is. And you see what's happening in the page. You see what's happening? Cherry and blossom, super strength, garbage. You got to look at all of that. You got to think about all of that. And you got to know what all of that is for you, right? You have to know that because nobody else can tell you. And I know that, people have been in difficult places in life. See, and when I start to have this kind of conversation, it starts to get real for me real fast because I realize that people have had hard situations, and some things are so hard that people can't even talk about it because they can't believe that it happened to them that way. But I'm focusing right now on Joyce Meyer. If you don't know who she is, the world calls her a televangelist. Okay, her name is Joyce Meyer, and she talks about how her dad molested her repeatedly from, I think, 8 years old, right? And her mother knew that it was happening. So these kinds of things are real. Let me read. I see the word blossom, everyone hopes for that in a relationship. Absolutely. Everybody does. And sometimes we all try to, especially females, try to put in the effort to make it blossom when it's right here. It's trash, period. And we don't want to accept it because it's who we like. It's who we think we want. It's the person who showed us some kind of attention. And then we get into this place. Let's find us a C, okay? Because it's real. It's real when you are trying to, you know what I'm saying? We could put that up there. How about we put that right there? There's a C. There's a C. But let's see. We might find a big one. But if we don't, okay, I'm just saying, we got to be careful. And we're not always careful. Sometimes we date the wrong person and not only date them, but stay with that person for a long time, not just from the female side. Sometimes the men get involved with the wrong female. Sometimes men get involved with the wrong female because it's not just the man who is not always right for the female, but sometimes it's the female that isn't right for the male. And I'm not talking, I'm not talking on the topic of what do I want to say? How do I want to say? We're not talking just marriage. We're talking relationship. Marriage is a topic all by itself. I see a big C right here. But can I use that? Marriage is a topic all by itself. And in this day and time in this world, people have different understandings and beliefs for what they think ought to be relationship, you know? And so it's not just like same-sex marriage anymore. It's just, same-sex relationships. That's kind of where it is today. And, I say to each his or her own, right? That's where you are with it and how you feel about it, then that's on you. Because it's not me and I don't have to answer for nothing like that. If you want to ask me about how I feel about it, then I'll tell you how I feel about it. But, everybody has an opinion. Everybody has one. And whether you agree with me or I agree with you, doesn't mean that I'm wrong or you're right, or vice versa. But I'm just talking about relationships. And the relationships that I'm referencing is relationships about a man and a woman. That's the relationship type that I'm referencing. I'm not saying anything to anybody about anything specific except that I'm conversing about a man and a woman relationship. And it may not be the topic for somebody, and it's okay. It's okay because that's just how it is. Just like if, same sex is somebody else's topic, I wouldn't have a place in the conversation, because that's not my focus and I don't have to be a part of the conversation. So I'm not the one to judge this person or that. I'm just telling you about where I am with what I'm talking about. And that's it. And that becomes a problem for a lot of people because everybody wants you to agree with them and their thought and their idea and all this stuff. And we don't always agree. And we have to learn that it's okay to disagree. Okay? You can agree and you can disagree. And that's okay. And we still can love each other in disagreement. Okay? So that's where we are. Going from trying to be in a relationship and cause that thing to blossom, right? Be careful with the compromising thing because that can be a problem. That can be a real problem, one that you can't easily get out of. I'm seeing this. It's called the Grumpy Gardener. But I'm looking at all this piled up traffic. And this appears to have a middle light there. So maybe it's yellow or maybe it's, it looks red. I don't know. But the reason why I was looking at it is because the traffic is piled up. It's bumper to bumper. And that's how the problems come in some relationships, back to back. It comes just like this, back to back. And this word that's right here says honk, right? And that's what be happening. You be barking at each other, right? Barking and growling, scratching and near fighting. And we all know that there are men out here in this world who will strike a woman in a minute. Strike her and not care because he's feeling the way he's feeling and because he's a man and he feel like he's right in how he's carrying it, how he's speaking about it, what he thinks ought to happen, right? Then he'll smack her, hit her, punch her, blacken the eye, break a bone, all of that because he feels like it's okay. Brute strength in action. And then don't you know that it's women out here who stay in those kinds of situations? because they're looking for some kind of security. Brokenness. Brokenness. It's all glad. Ain't nothing glad about that. It's all sad. That's sad situations, right? Because that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to her, and it doesn't feel good to him either. He's not happy about it. Once he does it, he realized somewhere along the way that he hurt somebody. And you'll know why he hurt her. Maybe he's been being beat along the way, or he saw it happening in his family. So it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. But we got to know what our standards are, and we got to make sure that we understand that it's okay to rediscover ourselves. I see another word. These words popping up in here. So we got to know that it's okay to rediscover ourselves. We're going to look for the word, the rest of this word, to put it together and make the whole word rediscover. Because sometimes that's what it takes. It takes you sitting down, giving thought to who you are, and that you are valuable and important and beautiful, and God created you in a way that you should be loved, respected, appreciated, and that you should be, you know what I'm saying, just treat it like a human. Just treat it like a human. Where can we put this? Maybe here. We won't block out the trash. Got to find the R and the E. Okay? You should be treated like a human. It's not even fair to treat animals the way some people treat other people. It's not even fair. Animals were not created to be abused. They were not given to us for that purpose. They're not in the land for that purpose. I see a R and an E, and it's kind of small, but in case I don't find it elsewhere, we will grab this one. Let's see. We're cutting upside down so that we can just rip this out like that. And this is okay. We'll just use this. I've heard, and people know, they've heard it too, that it's been said, I wouldn't treat a dog the way whoever treats his or whoever treats her. You know, it's just not even a good comparison because, you know, people are people and animals are animals. And it's not fair to an animal, and it's certainly not fair to a human. But it happens. But it happens. And what about lies? What about lies? People lie all the time. Lie all the time. Saying what they want, not really meaning what they're saying. I'm going to put this like that. Not really meaning what they're saying. And then you just get to a place where it's just like not cool. It's just not cool. Because now you gotta, you know, kind of be on guard with everything. Is this another lie? Is this another lie? I don't want to deal with these lies. And you can't trust. What is a relationship without trust? There is no relationship without trust. And some people got some real issues. Real issues. Because trust is necessary component, necessary element. You have to have trust. You have nothing when you have no trust. Nothing. You don't want to share your money. You don't want to share your time. You don't want to share your thoughts. You don't want to share your intimacy. You don't want to hold hands. You almost don't even want to be like in the same room because you don't trust them, whether it's a male or female, because of the lies. And it's a problem. It's a problem. So I just thought I would bring this topic up because I'm thinking about this stuff often. And when I think about it, it's like you need to put it in a book. And I've been told probably, I don't know, 100 times, you should write a book. The things you've been through can help somebody. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll think about that. And that's been over the time of probably, I don't know, maybe 9 years by now. But I ain't wrote no book yet. I ain't wrote no book because I've been always thinking about, well, who's the book for and who's going to read it, you know? And one of my children's cousins told me years ago, said, don't worry about the audience. Write the book. The book will create its own audience. So now I've been giving thought to this a little more recently. I've been giving thought to it, and I've been saying, maybe I should put it in an ebook, you know? But I try to have conversation around it first and see if it's something your audience wants, because this is what they teach me in the videos that I watch. I watch videos too. And I said, well, I don't know, but I won't know if I don't ask the questions. So that's what kind of sparked my conversation tonight, because I've been thinking about maybe I should start over on my Instagram page. I used to be on Instagram a little bit, doing reels and that kind of stuff. But there's so many things to keep up with in social media. And if you're not focused on it, you can get behind. So I've been just trying to grow my channel over here and leaving those other things alone. But over there, that's, a lot of stories and, like I said, the reels and that kind of stuff over there. But I said, tonight we're going to just, ask the question, see if we get some engagement around it. And so that's where I was with it. So I didn't want to talk about it too much. Just kind of, whet your appetite a little bit for it and see where people are and how they feel about, the subject. Because it's much to talk about, especially in this day and time with everything going on in the world. It's much to talk about relationally. But we have to sit down and rediscover ourselves. And sometimes that's the most important fact to a relationship before you even get into one. Just make sure that you know who you are and what it is you want and how you want to approach, long term. Because that's what relationships are, long term. And if you are not looking for long term, then you don't call it relationship. You shouldn't. You should call it friendship. You should call it acquaintance, because relationship means that you are in something, that you want to be a part of something. That's what it means. And if you're not trying to do that, then you really don't have anything to begin with. It's just friendship. And like I said before, people out here having all kinds of friends with benefits. All kinds of friends with benefits. Old soul. I like that too. I need that. Let's see. Let's get that part and see if we can save the other. I see this. And see if I can save the rest. Yes. That's who I am. They've been telling me that for years. You're such an old soul. They've been saying that to me for years. But I want to hold on to that. And over here is what I wanted to cut out. I want this word here. Jam. Okay? Because this can get you in a jam when you don't sit down and focus on who you are. Reconnect with yourself. Come up with who you are. Some people don't know. I was 33 years old when I identified who I am. Because all these adult years, I thought I knew, but I didn't know. Let's put this here. Maybe we'll put it here. Oh, let's put it here. It goes good right there, don't it? Yeah. Even here on the edge. But we don't know if we're going to find something else to put over there yet. So let's just let it live right here. Okay. We don't want to be in a jam. We don't. We want to be in a place where we are good and we know that we're good. And even though it's tough to be alone and doesn't feel good because you want that companionship, that you're good even alone. That you're good even alone. I'm not going to pretend for one. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that too. I'm going to take this because I think that's good. And we're going to look for, let's cut it this way first. Because this be happening. It be happening too frequently. So we got to make sure that we focus. Because this is what be going on. Pretending. Falsehood. Fake. Not being true to oneself. And certainly not to the other person. Pretending. Yeah. Let me find the rest of the word. Because you know I need some more to that, right? I know you know. I know that you know. I see the letters over there, but they are lowercase. And I see that that's nice too. Let's see, I'm trying to find the word no. And I see it, but is small, and then the other one was lowercase. So I see two O's and no N there. And what about here? I see it here. N is bold. So let's see what's on this side. I think we can go this way. Don't cut the whole page. Just go right here and get this word right here. It's not the same font size, but it's bold. I would have rather to had it in a different color. Let's see if I can find two letters in this book. Let's see. So sweet. I like it. I like it. Let's see. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. It's just right here. Oh, I almost cut the O. We got that one. And we have this one. This is where we gotta go with ourselves. And that's where we need to stand. Make sure that you stand and you're real. You know, some of us got a bad attitude. Some of us are mean. Some of us are just ornery. You know, and it's not good. And that's why we can't have the kind of relationship we desire, because we're mean and we don't have, you know, that gentleness in us and in our makeup, and we think it's okay. And that's why people don't stick around, don't want to be a part. And that's why the relationships fail, because some people just mean and nasty, disrespectful. This is the kind of stuff out here in this world. It's a people thing. It's not a male or female. It's a people thing. Relationships are hard to find. They really are. And you shouldn't really be, as a female, the one out here trying to find it. It should be coming to you, because God is sending someone your way. And you have to know that that's what's happening. And you got to be in a place where you are accepting to the one who's coming to you. When God sends them, it's going to be the right one. I'm not going to what? Pretend. And I know it should be saying for anyone, but we saying no one, period. Okay? That's what we're saying. No one. And we're saying it that way because we saw this whole phrase that way. It said for one. And I said, well, let's get some more to that word. And this is where we at with the whole thing. You can't pretend. When you see no one, be sure to include yourself. Because you are a person. You're part of no one. You are one person. So include yourself. Pretending that you are part of the thing when you know you're really not. You know that you're not really there. Women can be just as disinterested or committed, you know, just as uncommitted. You can be committed, you can be uncommitted. You can be interested, you can be disinterested. You can be mean. You could be kind, gentle, sweet. It's a people thing. And we just have to own our part and then know what it is that we want. And then, be true to that thing. Because this looks like love, right? And he looks like he, somewhere. And she looked like, it's okay. I got you. Don't make my love mistake. What does that mean? That might mean that, you know, she saw that he wasn't the right one. And he knew that she wasn't. Who knows what that whole thing means? But it means something. It could mean that the hateful part of the person is coming out, or that the person has a split idea for what relationships should look like. You do what you want, I do what I want, and when we come together, we do what we doing. Okay? Like that. Now what kind of relationship is that? That's not a relationship at all. You gotta call it what it is. It's friendship or it's just acquaintance. I'm sorry. It's friendship or it's acquaintance. Who is this? Hi, Rita. How are you? Let's see what we got. Rita. Yes. Johnny Deep. Johnny Deep? What's Johnny Deep? Johnny Depp? Is that who it is? Oh, on that bike. Okay, I'm with you. I'm back. Okay, it took me a minute. But I'm back. These magazines upside down and all that. I'm just looking for a exclamation. I saw a couple of periods, so we might just drop one there. Not that we need it, but I was just thinking. Sorry, y'all. This is so close. So our page is it's filling in, and somebody might not understand it. They might not, but you have to watch the whole video, right? So that you can get the gist of where we are with the whole thing. Secrets of the Tex-Mex Trail. Tex-Mex. Okay. Texan, Texas, Mexican. Okay. Something like that. I'm looking still in this book to see, do I see anything else? And this is not even the same book I was in. That book was getting toward the end. But y'all, I'm just saying that if you think about life today and you think about how fast it's moving and you think about where you are, where you want to be, then that should give you enough to build on. And sometimes you just have to sit and wait. Sometimes you have to sit and wait. It might happen and it might not happen. But this relationship thing is real. Pick up sticks. Pick up sticks. What do I see in that? Why is that saying something to me? I don't think that that's the idea that I'm thinking about. Because at first when I saw it, I was thinking about like sticks and stones. First, it was like the school thing, pick up six, those little things we used to use as counters. And then I thought about relationship and I thought about sticks and stones. But sticks and stones do break our bones if it's hitting us the way that it could. Somebody made that up. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Sticks and stones do break our bones. Depends on how it hits you, right? And words can break you also. Depends on how it hits you. Something over here says, give me a ring. And a lot of times that's what we want. I've been there so many times. I've been there so many times. But then after they give you a ring, then what? It still can end up being garbage. Got to be careful with this thing right here. We got to learn how to save a little bit of money and go buy our own ring. Put it on your finger. I got this ring on. My mother bought this for me. It's not nothing fancy or special. It's, you know, just a little piece of, I don't know, like costume jewelry. And she said, I just got you this little cute ring. I saw it. And I said, okay. She said, it's nothing fancy, but I'm going to get you a real opal. I said, okay. You don't got to get one. I'll wear this one until I don't feel like wearing it. And that's what we got to do. We just got to, buy our own ring. Okay? And just get over that piece because we be wanting to wear a ring. We be wanting to say that we are married and somebody loves us and, when it really isn't what the ring's supposed to be. But you're there. But you're there. And are you there for a good reason? Is it this? And it's more than a look? That's what we got to think about in relationships. This is good. Right here, live clean. That's a good. Let's see, can it fit somewhere? It can't because I don't have no room for it. It's too big. If I put it up here, it'll block compromising. And it could go here, but the paper is white. So it's not going to work. And it's definitely got to be more than this. Because after this, then what? Sex don't do nothing but give you that pleasure for the moment. And after that, you come away with the same stuff that was on your mind before you got right here. And then you might be in the shower or the bath or just in bed wondering, why did I do that? Why? Why did I give in again? Because the situation is not fixed. Y'all, I said we can have conversations about this stuff. We can have a conversation about this stuff. And I was trying to just find out whether my people who, want to hang out with me, want to have these kinds of conversations. It's a wonderful thing. What's a wonderful thing? What's a wonderful thing, Rita? I missed it because I see you said it, but I don't know where you said it at. Maybe you want to enlighten me a little bit. It's real. This is real. Relationships is real. We got to focus. That's all I can say. We got to focus. I look back at a few things. I'll save it for the next conversation. Because, I know somebody have an inquiry mind and they want to know, well, are you dealing with something? Has something been your situation? And I'll save it. It's coming up. I don't know. I will have these kind of conversations, but, we should. have conversations, and I be thinking about it. I be thinking about it. Sometimes I be saying I'm just go do a live video, set in my bathroom in the dim light, and just do a live video on Instagram. But I don't do it. What if? What if? What if? What if we took the time to just rethink? What if we took the time to sit down and just rethink and just wait? Just see where we are with ourselves. We don't want to do that though, because that means I got to be real. That means that I have to, you know, be vulnerable. But vulnerable with who? Only with yourself. But it's easier for some people. See that? The bare truth. That's where it takes you to. But it's easier for some people to just live a lie, even if it hurts. Even if they wore out behind the lie that they're trying to live. It ain't pretty. It don't feel good. Muddy waters. There's a lot of stuff in this book. Muddy waters. It's the kind of stuff you gotta get naked about. You gotta get naked about these things so that you can get free and have the kind of relationship that you might want to have. Because it doesn't come easy. We be looking at the movies and wanting the thing to happen like it happens in movies. And it happens for some people, but it don't happen for everybody. And you wonder why. I know I do. I wonder why. I be saying, okay, I've been looking and waiting and thinking. I've been married 2 times. I've been divorced twice. Sure I have. Whatever makes you feel beautiful. Whatever makes you feel beautiful. Some people think wrong things make them feel beautiful because they feel some sense of power. I don't even know why. Women tolerate a whole lot of things. A whole lot. We take things that we shouldn't take. We tuck it somewhere. We cry about it in the shower. We kind of go off, you know what I'm saying, on the kids, on the husband, at the job, have bad attitude, all this kind of stuff. Because we won't sit down and get real with ourselves and just be okay with the fact that, you know, I'm human too. And I don't have to settle for things that I shouldn't have to settle for because it's not okay. It's just not okay. But we be trying to look the part and be the part, and it's not cool. Not always. It's not cool always. A scar shouldn't be the story. Let's get that. Let's get that. Because that's how we be ending up. Scarred, bruised, battered, even if it didn't involve physical touch. And God knows in heaven we don't want no other kind of thing, like a gun wound or being stabbed or anything like that. No kind of physical touch. But a scar shouldn't be the story that we are living and scared to tell and won't walk away from and say, I ain't doing it no more. I'm not living this way anymore. Because why should I? Because why should I? I liked it right here. Why should I? To what benefit is it? We got women who've been raped, molested by family members, raped by family members, multiple rapes from childhood, all that kind of stuff. But ladies, not just that, we got men who were molested as boys by people in their family. It's not just us. Sometimes it's the men that been through these things as well. I see something else. I want this too. This is going to start my next page. Don't know if I'm going to be on this long for the next page. But since we had someone who told us that we should use that cherry blossom, and it was pink and pretty, just like that, then I see this. And this one says, Warriors Wanted. We'll make this the focal point over here and see if we can build a conversation around this. Maybe I'll put it up on my community tab and see if we can get something going with that. Who knows? Who knows? Look at this. It's coming out. It's coming out, y'all. Stop paying now. Safe, effective. Look at this one. What's worse than fake health? Okay? These things are real. I'm not going to pull all that out. I see it's in here. I just wanted to kind of get started with asking these questions. Just ask some questions. We don't know unless we ask. I got some people who come here often. Sometimes they're on my live every time I'm on. Like Rita, she's usually here. And Vegan Dolls and Robin. And there are a few who come. Just amazing. Yes, well-rounded. This is nice too. I could have used that, but I love this in the middle. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. So, y'all, I'm just saying that I want to just be able to connect with you all a little bit better. And I'm having some challenges of my own. I am. And I'm just trying to figure my stuff out too. Trying to figure my stuff out too. Because my stuff is real over here. And I know somebody else has some things going on as well. So while I'm doing some type of video here and there, I just want to kind of see where the people are and what they think about these kinds of conversations. Is it of interest? Did you get anything valuable out of it? Did it make sense? Did it help you somewhere? Because that's my aim. That's my aim. That's my aim. Because I just want to be someone who can help somewhere. And that's what I try to do wherever I'm at church, at work, in my house, in my neighborhood. Where I can help, I try to help. But I'm feeling kind of a little bit under attack and everything. And praying through. Like, God, you see where I am and you know what it's all about. So I just wanted to kind of jump in and see what people thought. I had a couple people to say hello to me tonight, and it made me feel real good. And I was very happy. I was very, very happy about it. People engaging and conversing and stuff like that. It makes you want to keep creating. And I've not been on here in about 2 good weeks, 2 good strong weeks. And some days I want to come and I want to create. And I say, man, I can't. I just can't. I don't feel like it. And I'm going upstairs and get in my bed. And that's what I do, because I be feeling some kind of way. For the last 2 weeks, really, I've been really feeling some kind of way. And I don't know if I should go to the hospital or the doctor or wherever, because I don't even know what to tell them. I can't explain what it feels like. But it's frightening, though. And the relationship piece keep coming up. And maybe because I'm getting older and I am single. And so I just, wonder if other people are feeling, these kinds of things, and if they are thinking about who they are and where they are and that they are, because we are all of that. We are somebody and we live somewhere in this world, you know what I mean, in terms of you live in your house, right? You live in your state, but what condition are you living in? What is that looking like and feeling like to you? And, you are important. You matter. Those things need to be said. Those things need to be expressed. And I just feel like I'm in a season where I just want to talk about these things more. I do, because time is winding down. It is. And I mean, whoever doing whatever, it's just what they do and how they going about the whole situation. But we got to make sure that we do something to help somebody else besides just trying to do what we want. And I'm over here saying, like, I don't really know how it's get ready to go down for me over here. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And I be trying to have these conversations. I be talking to my daughter sometimes and saying, this how I feel. And she be saying, "Man, you gonna be all right. You okay? You okay, Mom?" But at 56, I don't be feeling so okay. I feel like how I feel and the challenges that I'm experiencing should be coming later, like maybe 25, 30 years from now, something. But who knows, do we have that much time left? We'll add that to that. I love this piece here. A scar should not, or shouldn't, should not. Okay? That's what this contraction is. Should not be the story. I love that. I love that. So I didn't find too much more to add to this, right? But I'm glad that I took the approach to just see where people are and how people feel about, this topic. And you guys hung in here tonight and, you know, we got something on the paper and it's like, yeah, yeah, that's real talk right there. That's real talk because this is how it is. This is how it is. I'm reaching for something. Look what I found. Superior strength. Maybe this can fit here. Look what I found. Can't cover that up. I can put it right there and it'll work. This is what we should be focusing on. Some people do this too much though. And that's the truth also. Some people do this too much. It's always about them. It's always about them. This says show yourself more love. Don't let bad things stick around longer than it needs to. Whatever is trash, let it be trash. If it's trash, let it be trash. And don't let bad things stay longer than it needs to stay so that you can be good. So this is all I'm going to say here. Show yourself more love. You are somebody, you are valuable, you are important, and you should know that it's okay for you to live in freedom in terms of being a real person with real feelings, desiring real love, and not just settling for anything because we want so badly to be in a relationship. We want so badly to, not be looked upon like nobody wants us or, we can't find love. We don't need to find love. Let love find us. Let's get right there and let love find us. And then be love so that love will find us. That's how I'm trying to live. I'm just trying to live right there because, man, I spent a long time looking for my husband. I spent a long time looking for him. And I shouldn't have been looking for him. And the one that I found that I loved, it didn't work out. And it was bad. Not physical to any great extent. No hands moving and touching and hitting and things. But it was a mental thing. And it wasn't good. And so we shouldn't be looking. We should be letting it find us. And God is the one who will send it. So I hope you got something that was worth pocketing so that you can hold on to and you can look back and you can remember and recall and think and say, you know what, I don't have to do that this way because that's not okay. Not for me, not because I said it, but because you know that it's not okay for you. And it can be okay. It can be okay. It's hard. It hurts. It's lonesome sometimes. But ain't nothing more lonely than settling and being in a bad position, knowing that it's a bad position. So, with that, I'm going to say thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. I still have some empty space here and up here, and maybe something will come about for it. But I'm going to let this be it. And if you like to jump back in and drop a comment that can stick to the live, you'll be able to do that in a few minutes because the comments that are here are never saved on the live feed. And I understand why, because you can have many people comment on lives and be, 2,028 people watching or something like that. And you got something like 965 comments, so they don't save all of that. But you can jump back in if you like. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe you'll think about subscribing. And yeah, thanks for being here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time, your time, your time, because your time is valuable like mine is. And I'm giving mine being here, sharing and creating. And I appreciate you hanging out with me. So have a great night. It's going to be Sunday. It's already Sunday here. It's 5 minutes to 1 a.m. So it's Sunday, May 18th. And maybe it's Sunday where you are. And maybe it's getting ready to be Monday. Who knows? But thanks for hanging out. And thanks for commenting. And thanks for the likes. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. In this video or some other video, I have plenty of live videos up. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace and blessings.